Hey everybody, it's Jen. I know I'm not a project pan pro or anything right now. I've only completed one and that should be uploaded. My finale should be uploaded now by the time this one is uploaded. But I do want to give you guys some project pan tips and tricks to help you get through it. I'm currently working on a project 50 pan starting today, which is January 1st. So all the products, basically all the products that I'm wearing on my face are from my project 50 pan. So I'm really excited. And I have a few things here that I want to share with you guys that helped me get through my project 20 pan that I had just finished as of December 31st. So I just want to get right into it. So tip number one is use products that you love and hate. It helps you kind of get through the whole process easier. So if you really dislike a product, like for example, I really don't like this highlighter, so I'm going to put this in there because I want to sort of use through it and see some progress on it because it's just sitting in my drawer and I would probably use it in a declutter by the end of 2015. So I really want to get some use out of this before I decide what I want to do with it. But then you can also use products that you absolutely love, like for example my soft ochre paint pot. I'm obsessed with these paint pots. I just think they're amazing and I don't use it enough, but I absolutely love this for making a really clean base for putting eyeshadow and stuff down. So I really wanted to use this as well. So it makes me excited because I'm going to use a product that I really like to use, but also I have a product that I don't love so much that I just kind of want to see me get some progress on. And I have in my project 20 seen me use this a little bit more than normal, and so I'm excited about that. So it just helps if you use products that you actually really like and products that you either dislike or haven't been using that have just been sitting there that you have other things that you prefer. So just try and combine the two. So tip number two is just use some products or add some products into your project pans that will be rather easy to use up, sort of like cheater products, if you will. I have a few here that I want to show you that are in my project 50 that I have a feeling that I'm going to use up fairly early, hopefully by my first update, and it'll keep me motivated in continuing on. So the first thing I have is this OPI nail lacquer, and I've never used these and I never thought I would ever want to try or buy them, but I did, and now they've been sitting in my collection. But one use and this is done, and it's called completed. So that's kind of a really easy one. Also, any little samples that you have like this should take me only like a week or two to use this up. So anything that you have that's a small sample, even if you can combine a few of your samples together to make them one product, definitely try that because it certainly helps and you actually see yourself using through products, which keeps you motivated in the process. And then I have two lip liners here, and I mean, if you can see where the lines are on the packaging, they're pretty much like next to being done already. So I should be done those hopefully, I would say by my next update. At least one of them should be done, which again keeps me motivated. And the one thing that I really want to promote is find a smaller eyeshadow that you have that you want to use up. For example, I used headliner in my project 20 pan and I never thought I was going to get through that, but it's just a tiny little eyeshadow, and now I'm working on headliner, which I do have on my eyes in the inner corner today on top and bottom, and I'm trying to find a way to use my eyeshadows in more than one way. So it kind of helps using smaller products that you think you're going to get through quicker because it just keeps you motivated that you're actually seeing progress and pan. So number three is use hard to use up items as well. Things that are just sitting there like blushes or bronzers or nail polishes. Like for example, these two that I have. This is my 3 Times a Charm palette from Charlotte Ronson in Shoshana. And this is a nail polish. I'm probably not going to get to the bottom of this at all. And I don't even know if I'm even going to hit pan on these, but the mere fact that I've already seen progress on my first project pan shows me that I have the motivation to use up the products that I put in my project pans. So put in a few hard to use items as well, because then you're kind of not pressuring yourself, but challenging yourself. So you're also challenging yourself to use up items that you normally wouldn't try to put in something like that. So it just kind of makes it a little more competitive in yourself and shows you that you have the drive to go through those items. Tip number 4, and another tip, I'm probably not going to say tip number whatever after this. I don't know why I started that. But another tip I have is to mark your products, and that is just something everybody does anyway. And a lot of this is stuff that people do anyway, but if you're brand new to Project Pan or you're just looking for other tips to help you along, I'm hoping these help. So marking your product, this will obviously show you where you've gone on these. So like I said before, I have these 2 items that are marked here, and it will show me just how much I use in the time as well. This one is pretty much full. So the cap opens here and the line is up there. So I have that much product to use up in the whole 3 months that I'm doing my Project Pan. So yeah, if you mark it, you'll see like by next Project Pan, maybe I'll be here or here, whatever. You'll be able to see how much you're using, and it actually helps with the products that you aren't panning right now to think, boy, this lipstick will take me forever to use up. Maybe I shouldn't buy lipstick for a little while, or only really buy ones that I know I love and I'm going to continue using.
Do I have lipstick? I don't think I do.
Don't set unrealistic goals. So I kind of have set an unrealistic goal for myself in my Project 50 pan, because 50 products is a lot to use in the matter of 3 months. So I kind of overdid it, especially adding so many lip products, so many nail products, so many eyeshadows, but I don't plan on hitting pan on all of them. So my goal is actually not crazy unrealistic. Just some of the items that I put in there are technically unrealistic if you would want to pan them all, if that makes any sense. So if I, for example, said, oh, I'm going to Project Pan this in 3 months, this is the only thing that I would be able to use. So the goal that I've set for myself is I'm going to use this a little bit. I'm going to use all of these ones only for the next 3 months. So I'm not going to go to my nail polish drawer or my nail polish box, whatever I have, and pick out other ones. I'm going to only stick with these ones. So it'll kind of encourage me to use these, and I'll be able to tell if I actually like them and if I want to keep them by the end. Try to keep your goals realistic, so that you know that maybe I won't use the nail polish or the blush or the powder or whatever all the way, but I will get some use out of it, and that will make me feel better. Another tip that I like to use myself is to set timelines. You don't have to. You can do like the whole yearly thing, or you can just use it until it's gone. That's great, whatever you want to do, but I find that setting a timeline kind of doesn't give me pressure. It just sort of shows me that in those 3 months or whatever time frame that I choose, in that amount of time I'm going to use these products, and that's what I'm going to drill myself into using so that I get the progress that I'm looking for. And it kind of helps that I know in 3 months time from January 1st that I'm going to use all of these products at least once, and that's going to make me feel so much better. It's not I have the whole year to use it, so I might neglect it. It's giving me a shorter time frame so that I actually focus on those products. However, if you are doing a use up for 2014, 2015, etc., like a yearly goal, it's also great because you have that entire year to use just the products that you've put out. So it is kind of the same thing. It's just I prefer shorter ones personally, just because then I can move on to something else instead of having just those products for the entire year. But it's really great to watch people go from an entire year of product all the way down to almost nothing by the end of the year. Those are really fun. So yeah, it's up to you. It's really personal what you choose, but I definitely suggest setting some kind of a time frame for yourself, just so you have that goal. Another tip I have is to support other YouTubers. So anyone in the Project Pan community that are doing Project Pans or yearly no buys or weekly makeup baskets, stuff that you can actually see their progress on, it really helps motivate you when you're doing your own. So for example, I'm working on my Project 50 pan right now, but I also noticed that there is the use 5 by Cinco de Mayo and use 7 by Spring and all those kind of tags, which are really fun. And those are more, I guess, realistic in the sense that you can use those only 5 or 7 products up right away. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt right now that I didn't do those instead. But I got so hyped up on my Project 20 that I was like, I'm gonna go in with 50 and go for 3 months. So yeah, maybe I bit off a little more than I could chew, but we'll take a look at it by my next update and just see how my progress is going. But it's also nice that I have the motivation from those project pans in the 5 by Cinco de Mayo and the 7 by Spring, I can watch all of those videos and link me, or at least tell me if you have a channel on YouTube in the comments line, and I'll come and watch yours because I need the motivation. I want to see other people doing this at the same time because it helps me use up my products. It's like, oh, I see they've hit pan on their blush. I'm just going to power through this and see if I can hit pan on mine. So it's really great to support other YouTubers. And if you like and subscribe and all that other stuff, comment on their videos. They like to see, especially myself too, I like to see people saying, you know, great job, or way to go, or wow, that looked hard, or, you know, stuff like that's motivating, and it just gets me riled up to keep going even more, in a good way, riled up. But it just motivates me so much to continue on in my process, because it can be hard. It can be a real struggle at times. And it's also good to, when you comment, give them tips. Just say, you know, this is something that I would do to use up the product that you're struggling with, etc. So just support people. Show them that you like their videos. Show them that you comment and you have tips for them, or that they're doing a great job, and subscribe to their channel so you can see their motivation and progress as well. It just really helps to watch other people do the same thing you're doing. Also, another idea too is just to give credit where credit is due, basically. So for example, I would not have probably started project panning if it wasn't for people like Pretty Pistol 86 or Kristen Marie or anyone else that I am subscribed to. I just watched those videos. I never even knew it existed, and then I watched those videos and I was like, okay, so this is pretty great. Like the things that they're doing and the passion that they have and the success that they're making, it's really great. So make sure you shout out people. It also makes the community tighter, and it makes it grow actually, because people see the support and the encouragement, and that's a really great thing. Another idea, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due here, and another idea is from Pretty Pistol 86, and she keeps track of her dollar value of the amount of products that she's using. I personally am not doing that myself, but it's a good idea so you can see how much money you're actually using that you've put money out on. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense, but so basically if this was a $25 product and I used through this, that's $25 that I've gotten my money's worth of, and you can keep track of that as you go through them in your pan, if you know the value, of course. But I think that's a great idea. It's probably not something I'm going to do myself, but it is a really great idea if you actually know the cost of the items that you're using. I don't, so that's why I'm not doing it. But that's a great idea, Pretty Pistol 86. Really great. I love that idea. So another idea that I also have, and it's kind of not really that I had, none of these are really only ideas that I've had, these are just things that I've noticed or put together, but is also when I do my project pans, I might ask for tips on, oh, I'm using this item, I'm not sure how to get the best bang for my buck, or maybe I could use my items in another way. If you guys know that kind of stuff, let us all know. Like if, for example, this highlighter, you could use this as an eyeshadow all over the lid, or as a highlight under the brow as well, down the bridge of the nose, on the forehead, cupid's bow, lower chin, or for example, you can even like shimmer it on your chest if you're looking for a little bit of glitter there. But yeah, you can find multiple purposes for this, and you can even scrape some off, make it a powder, and then combine it with your pigments if you want to do that as well. So there's so many ways to use up products that you may not think of that other people might have. So don't be afraid to ask for other people for help, or don't be afraid to ask other people for help, because it's really great and everyone is so willing to help, and there's just so much support and encouragement. I can't even stress it enough how much people support each other on this project pan community. It's unbelievable and it's wonderful. So again, just find multi-purpose uses for your items. So not even just the highlighters, but let's say if you have a cream eyeshadow but it's in more of a pinky tone or something that you're willing to do, you can maybe even combine this with a lip gloss. Just like mush it together with a Q-tip, or not a Q-tip, but like mush a little bit of this together with some lip gloss with like a toothpick or whatever, and make a lip gloss and just put it on your lips. Hopefully it's safe for your lips. I don't even know, just make sure you check that out first. But there's also other things, like if you have pigments, you can put that with lip gloss and mix that and make a colored or a tinted lip gloss instead of just, you know, a clear one. There's so many ways to use up products that we don't even think of that other people might know, so it's good to ask.
It's so hot in here, oh my gosh.
So this is my number one, I think my number one tip pretty much, other than supporting each other, because it just makes everything so much easier. But this is my number one tip, is to put items in your project pan that you can pair together. So for example, I have these 3 items. The first one is my lip liner in Natural, and this is from NYX, and I really like this a lot. I don't have a lot of product left, but I do have this. And I also have my e.l.f. matte lip color, and that is in the shade Nearly Nude, or Nearly Nude. So it's this color right here. Almost looks like concealer. And then I have a balm from, I think this is e.l.f. as well, and it is this shade here, and it's kind of a glossy one. It looks like Creme de Nude from MAC. So what I did, and I'm actually wearing it today, is I paired all 3 of these together. So I lined my lips and colored in the outside of my lips just to sort of give it a tiny ombre effect. Then I put this, which is the matte lip color, in the center and above, and then I put this all over just to bring them all together. So I've used 3 products in one. And these will probably go down really quickly. And then once I'm thinking these 2 are gone, because those are the lowest, I'll just use this on its own or pair it with another lip gloss that I have if I don't want a matte lip. So it's good to pair, because then you go through products so much faster. Instead of just using this and this, or this and this, you can use all 3 of them together in one look. Another great way to feel motivated is to show off your empties. So save them in a box, because tip, I threw some of mine away, and it's really great to make sure you have a bag or a box that you can store your empties in so that you don't throw them out. So yeah. Make sure you show them off. Like when you've done a product, make sure you hold on to that product so you can show in your next update, look what I completed, look what I finished. It's really great motivator, and I think that's just a standard. Everybody does that except for me, that I threw some out. So I'm tipping you guys, because yeah, if you are brand new to it and you've never done a project pan before, don't throw out your products. I just cannot stress, I threw them out and I was like really disappointed. Find a routine that works. You want to make sure that you have an array of products that you can use every day. So like a blush and a bronzer and a powder, or a cream foundation, or something or other that you can use together that complement each other. Like for example, you don't want to have like a blue eyeshadow or like a turquoise eyeshadow and then pair it with a red lip and then like a peach blush. It's too much, you know. Unless you're doing that, that's your thing, but for me it's just too much. So maybe look for items that you want to use up that complement each other and that also complement you. It just makes the process so much easier, rather than trying to dig through and go, okay, so today I'm going to wear the blue eyeshadow, but I can't use the red lipstick that I put in my project pan because it doesn't go with it. So now I have to use a day of that where I don't have it, or I don't use it, pardon me. And then you're stuck with that product still until you're done using that blue eyeshadow. And you don't, you know, it's just easier to put them together and make the look sort of whole and complete, as opposed to trying really hard to find a look that just doesn't really work and you're not happy with the way that you look, but you're kind of happy that you're using your products. It's just better to make yourself feel good about the products you're wearing and using. Even if you don't love those products, at least they complement each other and complement you. So my last tip, and this just goes without saying, some of these do already, but just keep it fun. Try not to struggle. When you get down, just watch other people's videos and look for that encouragement. Just look at your products as though, you know, I am happy I'm doing this. I'm so excited to be a part of Project Pan. I'm excited to be a part of the community, and I just want to use all of this up. You know, just try and keep yourself like happy, motivated, uplifted, and keep it a fun process, because as soon as it starts to seem like work to you, you're gonna just hate it. So I really hope all of these help. I know they are pretty standard, but this is more along the lines of if you have never done a Project Pan before and you just want some helpful tips to get you along. Again, I am not a pro at this. If you have questions to ask, I would sincerely get you to ask people as well that have done this multiple times, because they are pretty much gurus at this aspect and have a lot of information that they can share, I'm sure. And and I just wanted to mark down a couple things that helped me get through my first one, and I'm super excited to apply into my next one. So I really hope I didn't offend anyone by any of these. I really truly just mean good, encouraging thoughts for all of you, and I'm here to watch your shows, so let me know which project pans you're doing. I want to see them. I can't even say that enough. In every video I say that. Let me know if you've done one. I want to see it. I want to subscribe. I want to support. So definitely let me know if you've done one. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I really hope you do a project pan of any kind. Let me know when you do, and have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!